years ago, KASNEB Foundation set out on a mission to create opportunities, transform lives, and build a career where financial constraints will not hinder dreams. Our mission is clear: to bridge gaps, to uplift, and to empower individuals who will change the economic levels of the communities and counties they live in through the building and sharpening of business soft and practical skills.
My name is Jacinta Mura, the manager at KASNEB Foundation. One of my biggest roles at the foundation is to support the Board of Trustees and the Trust Secretary in the day-to-day running of the foundation. I also support our team members, that is the staff at the foundation, to ensure that we are achieving our goals and our mission as KASNEB Foundation, which goes to support students pursuing KASNEB qualification. We also ensure that we are mentoring the students we're supporting. We are partnering through partnerships with various institutions. We are able to fundraise and resource mobilize funds that go to support the various activities within the foundation. Last but not least is ensuring that there is accountability and transparency in the foundation, in the programs that we do, and reporting back through audit processes. We ensure that the foundation is at par in line with the national government policies and requirements.
And over the years, we have remained committed to this cause.
As the manager at KASNEB Foundation, one of our biggest achievements has been to support over 4,000 students pursuing KASNEB qualifications to acquire the professional qualification. That is students from both the certificate, the diploma level, and also the professional level. These 4,000 students have been able to benefit through loans and bursaries that are paid for KASNEB examination fees, but also tuition fees paid to various institutions, which allows the students to attend school and also sit for their examination. The foundation's focus on the sustainable development goals, especially goal number 4, ensuring that there is education for all. We are supporting students from the marginalized communities. Mandera, we have students from Turkana, we have students from Marsabit, Narok, who have recipients and beneficiaries of our kitty. We are also supporting these students to ensure that there is SDG number 10 being achieved, that is ensuring we are reducing inequalities, which all has gone to support the students in their various communities that they come from. Also, we support the national government and through the partnership we have with various institutions to achieve vision number 2030, the social pillar, transforming the recipients and beneficiaries into employability. And not forgetting the bottom-up transformation agenda, which looks at upskilling and providing skills to the young people for employability and entrepreneurship job creation.
KASNEB is the founder of KASNEB Foundation. It is an idea that KASNEB board came up with to assist in ensuring that the needy students who would like to pursue professional qualifications offered by KASNEB can be funded to be able to undertake these courses. So being the founder, therefore, KASNEB put in a seed fund to help start off the foundation and set up structures to ensure that the foundation is properly established and the institutional capacity is set up to set the foundation rolling. And this included bringing in staffing to just run the activities of the foundation. So KASNEB board therefore ensures that the foundation is properly facilitated to ensure that they are able to conduct their key mandate. Of most important is that the KASNEB board is very keen in enhancing success of the foundation, and this is done through oversight on the operations of the foundation, whereby the KASNEB board ensures that the Board of Trustees for the KASNEB Foundation is properly constituted, ensuring there is adequate office space for starters as the foundation settles itself, with the expectation that one day the organization of KASNEB Foundation will be able to grow and stand on its own. As we head there, therefore, there is a symbiotic relationship between KASNEB Foundation and KASNEB Board being founder of KASNEB Foundation. There is sharing of resources that are used on day-to-day operations of the foundation, where KASNEB has offered office space to the foundation, avails facilities that are used by the foundation in terms of human resource, where the foundation has gaps. KASNEB Foundation will continue to work together with the founder, with the KASNEB board, until that day when the foundation will be able to stand on its own. And we foresee that coming soon, having witnessed the tremendous growth in terms of finances and in terms of uptake of the products offered by KASNEB Foundation.
From strategic planning to execution, the board has steered the foundation towards growth, ensuring sustainability and long-term impact.
My name is Professor Nicholas Leting, the Chief Executive Officer and Secretary of KASNEB, which is the KASNEB, Kenya Association of Accountants and Secretaries National Examination Board, and the Trust Secretary for the KASNEB Foundation, which was established by KASNEB way back in 2013, following a board resolution and a board decision to support needy students under the fifth strategic plan of KASNEB. KASNEB then, in the early days of KASNEB, in 2013, the board made a resolution that was effective 2017, that was to consider supporting people. What would happen is occasionally students would come to register for KASNEB qualifications at the counter, and some of them would not have enough money to pay for fees, registration and for examination, including renewal. So staff members then would spend their money to support those students. That could not be sustainable. So the thinking then was to register a formal foundation to support the students who would come there in need of resources. And therefore, in 2019, I took over as the Chief Executive Officer of KASNEB and Trust Secretary of the foundation, and went ahead to register with the support of the Board of KASNEB and the Board of Trustees of the foundation. KASNEB then registered under trust and registered under the Ministry of Lands, and formally now, from 2019, has been there to take care of needs of people who want to pursue KASNEB qualifications without necessarily having to bother other people. So that is what is the origin of KASNEB Foundation.
I first got involved with the KASNEB Foundation after I joined the board of KASNEB, and I was appointed by the board as a trustee to serve in the foundation as a representative of the main board. Over the past 5 years, we've experienced quite a number of transformations as a foundation. Number one is we initially started with one employee who was running the foundation, and now we've transformed into almost a fully fledged foundation with functions, with finance, in marketing. The foundation manager also invested in technology to automate some of our processes. We used to rely on KASNEB for accounting. Now as a foundation, we do it on our own. We've also been able to attract key strategic partners who now bought into our vision and are working with us through this journey. Another thing that we've also been able to do is increase our resources tremendously through partnerships, through support from the Treasury, through support from KASNEB as an organization as well. We've created accessibility across the country. We're able to reach all the counties without having to physically go into any county. Initially, it was a manual process, but right now with our portal, anyone willing to apply for a loan or a bursary will just go to the online portal and access it from wherever they are. And because of that, we have been able to attract a lot of applications compared to initially. Right now, we have masses and thousands of people applying. We're able also to reach out to the people living with disabilities and trying to ensure that they're also included as part of the community that we feel have been left out from accessing professional certifications, especially the ones offered by KASNEB. And I think that is something that has a great impact in society.
I joined KASNEB board in 2018, and the discussion around the KASNEB Foundation was a developing story. And I remember in the KASNEB board, I used to talk about a group of 20 students who I used to mentor, 20 university students. It's called G20. And I used to struggle to support them, to pay for their exams and also tuition fees. So when subsequently KASNEB Foundation was established, it was so impactful because I realized it's much easier to when we pool resources. And more specifically, I realized that once you pool resources and you roll out the product, then you create a revolving fund, it becomes much easier for everybody. And I'm happy to say that today, even my mentees under G20 are beneficiaries of KASNEB Foundation. There are a lot of needy Kenyans who want to pursue these courses, and they are not able to afford. Personally, I didn't get the benefit of getting into a class up to CPS Section 5, but I think because this is a professional course, it's important to be taught. So KASNEB Foundation is impacting to communities because then we are developing the right professionals, especially the youth. I think we are also holding the students' hand through mentorship because there's a very big difference between passing an exam and creating a professional. So when we do mentorship, then we are walking the journey with the student and guiding them in every step. And then finally, I think we are also creating the linkages with the job market through internships, talking to our partners and getting jobs for our students.
What motivated me to join the board of KASNEB is the art of creating impact in the young people through financing their education journey, because most of them are unable to realize their dreams because of lack of funds. And also I think it's because of the good work that I'm doing. I do donation to libraries of CPA books, which I think is still in line with the ideals of the KASNEB Foundation of creating impact and inspiring young people to achieve their dreams. The opportunities that are there for the foundation are to engage more with the stakeholders and bring more well-wishers and stakeholders on board, so that we make this a big institution of financing most of the professional courses in the country, and also to just expand our reach, so that because I'm not so sure all the students that are doing those professional courses for KASNEB are aware of the KASNEB Foundation. So we just to increase our reach to those young people who are taking these courses, that their journey to become professionals like us is made easier by what KASNEB Foundation is doing.
It was in 2015 when I met the former CEO of KASNEB, and I shared with him the vision of resource mobilization that we had just started at Higher Education Loans Board. I just joined Higher Education Loans Board in 2013, and one of the key pillars in Higher Education Loans Board mandate is resource mobilization. So in 2014, we had started resource mobilization, and one of the areas we are looking at, raising funds is high net worth individuals, corporate foundations, and even professional bodies like ISPAC itself, for training of their trainees who are attending, who are doing KASNEB exams. And therefore, I sold the idea to Pius Duarte on the need to have a foundation, which is then sponsored by the funder. But that took a long period between KASNEB board in terms of discussions, until 2019, when it was officially now launched, as a foundation. And being one of the administrators, I was then converted into Board of Trustees when the initial founding Board of Trustees was then established, with, of course, the sponsor naming a number of other trustees who would then come and operationalize trustees. And we are registered in the Ministry of Lands, as a Board of Trustees, and we started work there in earnest, and we have seen the transition. Initially, the funding aspect was supposed to come from the sponsor, but then the sponsor was only putting about 15 million shillings every year. Now the demand definitely outstripped the supply of funds. And that's why the initial Board of Trustees worked very hard to be able to get a funding line in the National Treasury. And we were very excited when the National Treasury was actually able to give a line in terms of funding. And we are now sure and certain that actually funding is going to be sustained into the future, even as the sponsor, who is now KASNEB, is able then to continue giving their 15 million shillings, which they continue giving year on year. Initial staff who was volunteered by the sponsor, who is KASNEB in this case, and a lot of work to do in terms of whether it is a body charters that we were trying to put up, the policies and procedures, the MOUs with the various partners that we are trying to get on board in terms of funding, to the extent that now we reached a situation where we could even see that staff transiting back to KASNEB and KASNEB itself as a sponsor, and we were able even to employ our own staff now within the foundation itself without relying on the sponsor, which was the intention of the sponsor initially when we actually were founded. And we started doing even marketing, reaching out to partners who could be able to join us, started visiting those vulnerable students to confirm their level of vulnerability deep in the interior. So that capacity has been built over that period of that transformation that we've been able to see, and it has been momentous. Holding various corporate events so that we can be able to explain, to the outside market there. As they say, if you light some lantern somewhere and you put it under the bed, nobody will know what exactly you are doing. So publicity in terms of talking out there, going to CATI meetings, going to ISPAC meetings, talking to the big fives, the other auditors who could then be able to come in and be able to support the cause that actually the KASNEB Foundation and being able to put, for there to be able to achieve. So there has been momentous growth, not only from the capacity of the institution balance sheet itself, but also looking at the people or the resources that has actually been able to put in. To the extent now that last year, the foundation was independently audited by the Auditor General as an independent entity from the sponsor per se. That is, to me, has been momentous growth.
Beyond financial aid, the foundation has been a guiding light, providing mentorship to over 4,000 students, ensuring that they not only graduate but excel in their professions and become members of society that conduct themselves with integrity and upright moral values. We seek to mitigate critical issues that may stunt the youth's educational growth, such as early pregnancies and marriage, choosing a life of crime, and use and abuse of drugs, and provide them with a life alternative through accessible financial aid provided by the foundation. In just 5 years, we have impacted countless of students, distributed millions in bursaries, and held mentorship programs across the counties of Kenya.
My name is Jacinta Nduko. I am a KASNEB student pursuing a course by the name CIFA. I'm also a KASNEB Foundation beneficiary. Before I met KASNEB Foundation Financial, I was going through a financial challenge in meeting my school fee as far as my course CIFA is concerned. I was stranded on how to meet the need. At the same time, I am a parent. I had a school fee need for my kids. So I was stranded between pay for my kids' school fee and my fee as well. So I looked for alternatives on how to handle my financial need until I came across the KASNEB Foundation. I approached them, I applied with them for the financial assistance, and they came through for me. When I approached the KASNEB Foundation Financial, they offered me a financial assistance to be able to cater for my school fee. Well, for me, I see KASNEB Foundation as a platform that came through for me in terms of financial assistance. I am able now to complete my CIFA course, which otherwise If they never came through for me, maybe I could have opted to drop it. I would encourage any other student outside there, anyone who is going maybe through a financial constraints, not to be left behind. There is KASNEB Foundation which can come through for them. If they find themselves faced with financial challenges, they can approach KASNEB Financial to come through for them.
My name is Elvis Maina. I'm a KASNEB student first of all, and also I'm a student at Kenyatta University pursuing Bachelor of Commerce Finance option. I hail from Murang'a County, where I live with my parents, who are both farmers. Previously, my dad was retrenched from his job, and now they are both farmers. The support which I received from the KASNEB Foundation was financial assistance, which will be able to cater for my exam fees and renewal fees. The support which I received, the financial aid, will be able to cater for my expenses in my CPA journey, and I'll be able to maybe finish my CPA and have both degrees and the CPA, which will be able to add a competitive advantage for me in the job market. Previously, I used to face a financial constraint with my parents, considering that they are supposed to pay for my degree and also the CPA. But for now, KASNEB Foundation came through, and I'll be able to concentrate, have a smooth, seamless journey in my professional growth and career path.
My name is Faith Ndanu Mwema from Makueni County. I was studying at Pwani University when I discovered about KASNEB Foundation, which came through for my financial support in paying my CPA examinations. I was taking bachelor's degree in commerce at Pwani University, which required me to do a CPA. I was at third year when I discovered about the foundation funds. KASNEB Foundation has helped me in achieving my intermediate level, which is a professional course for accountants, as my goal is to be a certified public accountant. And with KASNEB Foundation, I'm positive about getting to CPA-K. To the beneficiaries of KASNEB Foundation funds, I would encourage them to take the opportunity KASNEB Foundation has provided to them to enhance in their career.
I am Gideon Kiplangat from Bomet County. After completing my high school, I had financial challenges to progress with my academics. When I came to realize KASNEB Foundation, it has assisted me a lot to progress with my educational journey. I've received financial aids, for instance, loan and bursaries. Immediately after school, because I'm coming from a bulk background, I could have hustled. I could have looked for means of financing my educational growth. So it has assisted me a lot in financing my educational journey. KASNEB does play a very significant role as far as my academic is concerned. First of all, I need to appreciate KASNEB Foundation for coming up with such initiative. And I'm telling beneficiaries, do not stay at home. You need to apply for these funds so that you grow, you build your academic journey.
KASNEB Foundation welcomes you to take a walk down memory lane and peek into the boundless future. These are more than just success stories. They are testaments to the power of opportunity in the presence of luck. Beyond financial aid, the foundation has been a guiding light, providing mentorship to over 4,000 students, ensuring that they not only graduate but excel in their professions and become members of society that conduct themselves with integrity and upright moral values.
My vision as the manager for the next 5 years for KASNEB Foundation is to ensure that we are empowering the young people to develop themselves for the job market, not only through the professional qualification, but also through employable skills and advancing them to develop themselves in job creation, in financial management and wealth creation. This is through our financial literacy program, currently in development, that goes to advance the young people's skills and knowledge in financial management, but also how they can create jobs for themselves in line with the national government policies and programs, but also how they can reach out to the various industries that are available and seek those jobs and be able to advance themselves in the current or 21st century.
So we acknowledge the challenges ahead of us, and that is why we work with continued vigor and resilience to amplify our impact within the society. We are calling upon and seeking partnership with like-minded organizations to partner with us so that we are able to build a fund base that will be able to fund the key mandate, which is the issuing of loans and bursaries. We therefore call upon these organizations to partner with us. We do appreciate the organizations that we're already working with, the existing partners, and more critical to us is the role that the National Treasury has played in funding this program. We've also been working closely with other donors, including KASNEB Foundation, the CC Foundation, and the Fund Managers Association, and we look forward to continuing to work with these partners.
First of all, we'll continue anchoring on the support of the sponsor. The sponsor is very important that they continue, to support the foundation. Secondly, the foundation needs to get out there into partnerships. And if you look at today, the number of partners they have been able to, to assemble there so they can support the cause. And then finally, these people we have actually sponsored, apart from giving their true stories, can they then come back and support what supported them? That way then you'll have sustainability and removability of what is being given out there. Because some of them are getting loans, others are getting bursaries. Particularly if you got bursary, because you're not supposed to pay it back, it behoves on you to come back and say, even the bursary I got, apart from the loan, I want to double it. That way then sustainability can be assured into the future.
First is to thank our donors, stakeholders and our partners who've supported us in the past 5 years through funding. We have organizations such as the Fund Managers Association, the Chartered Institute for Securities and Investment Foundation UK, KASNEB Foundation have also supported us. ICA Lion were coming big on our new programs such as institutional forums. All these have gone ahead to support us in financial aid, which has gone to support the over 4,000 students that we have. We also seek additional funding, not only from these partners, but also for partners out there who want to advance the young people to acquire professional qualification.
I wish to encourage beneficiaries who have benefited from the foundation to come and be donors to support. And also corporates also which have budgets for CSI or even government and international bodies to keep supporting the foundation, and the foundation will keep being accountable and providing reports as and when required by the sponsors.